Have you ever felt that the harder you try to control life, the more chaotic it becomes? You plan, push, force, and yet things keep falling apart. What if true strength doesn't come from control, but from staying calm? That's exactly what this video will reveal. These 11 Stoic lessons aren't just theory, they're powerful strategies tested for centuries that will help you stay calm and use that calm as your greatest weapon. And to help you fully grasp this, let me tell you the real story of James Stockdale, a man who endured one of the harshest tests imaginable and survived it all through Stoic philosophy. James was a US Navy pilot trained for any mission, with total control over his aircraft, his missions, his choices, until in the middle of the Vietnam War, everything fell apart. His plane was shot down. There was no time to think, just impact, freefall, panic in the air. He ejected, and before he even landed, he knew this was enemy territory. He was captured, beaten, dragged like a broken body falling from the sky. But that was just the beginning. At the prisoner of war camp, the real test began. Chained, tortured, thrown into isolation. Not for days, not for months, for 7 years, alone, unsure if he'd ever see sunlight again. Many men in that situation broke. They gave up, let fear consume them, but not James. Not because he was the strongest physically, but because he had one thing no one could take: control over his mind. James wasn't just a soldier, he was a student of Stoicism, and he remembered Epictetus's words. It's not the things themselves that disturb us, but how we interpret them. He couldn't change what happened to him, but he could control how he experienced it. He couldn't stop them from hitting him, but he could stop them from defeating him. And that changed everything. Instead of giving in to despair, he resisted. He became the prisoner's secret leader, built a code system so they wouldn't feel alone, taught them how to fight back psychologically, how to stay unbroken inside, all while whispering to himself, "This does not define me. I'm stronger than this." And he was. He survived. And when he was finally freed, someone asked him, "How did you survive all those years?" His answer? "I accepted reality, but I never lost faith in my ability to overcome it." Stockdale understood something most people never do. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. So, what's stealing your calm today? A bad day? A conflict? A setback? If James could stay strong in hell, so can you, no matter how bad things seem. You always have control over one thing: your response. And in this video, I'll show you how. Let's begin. In the previous part, we learned that you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Now let's dive deeper into the science behind that calm. Epictetus once said, "It's not the event itself that troubles us, but our judgment about it." And today, modern neuroscience backs this up. When we react impulsively, it's the amygdala, the brain's emotional center, that takes over. It triggers fear, anger, frustration. But when we manage to stay calm, we activate the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for reasoning, logic, and intelligent decision-making. A study from the Institute of Cognitive Neuroscience in London revealed that people who practice staying calm under pressure not only experience less stress, but also achieve better long-term results. They don't let fleeting emotions decide for them, they operate with strategy. Now I know what you're thinking, this sounds great in theory, but how do I apply it in real life? Because yes, it's easy to talk about staying calm when you're watching a video. The real test comes when life throws you a curveball and you feel everything spinning out of control. That's why I'm giving you 2 powerful strategies to train your mind, starting today. The observer technique. Imagine you're not the one going through the situation, but a spectator watching a movie. What advice would you give the main character? This simple exercise creates emotional distance and helps you think clearly. Train your calm every single day. Don't wait for chaos to strike. Calm isn't something that magically appears in a crisis. It's a muscle, and you need to work it. Picture this. You come home from the store, open your bags, and suddenly the carton of eggs does a flying leap off the counter. Crash. Eggs everywhere. Your first instinct? Scream? Curse gravity? Ask why life hates you. But here's the truth. This is your test. If something so small can steal your calm, what will happen when real challenges hit? If you can't control your mind in small moments, you won't control it in the big ones either. Ask yourself, do I really want to keep reacting like a rookie driver who loses his cool at the first sharp turn? If calm makes you stronger, why are you still letting the world knock you off track? In the next section, we'll explore a familiar experience. Those days when everything falls apart, even though you had the perfect plan. Let's keep going. In the last section, we explored how calm is a muscle, and now it's time to test that muscle with a challenge that might make you uncomfortable, but can transform your life. Challenge number 2, controlled chaos. Once a week, let go of planning everything. Seriously, stop trying to control every moment. No rigid schedules, just flow with the day. You'll be surprised how your mind adapts, because by letting go of control, you actually gain it. Life isn't a straight highway, it's more like sailing on open water. You can't avoid storms or unexpected shifts, but you can adjust your sails. Let go of what isn't yours to control. Focus on what always is, your decisions, your attitude, your response. Real success isn't about control. It's about adapting, flowing, and owning what's truly yours. Lesson number 3. Be grateful. Before you complain, your mind is like a garden. What you plant, you grow. Water it with stress and negativity, and you'll harvest a dry, thorny wasteland. And this isn't just poetic language. At UC Berkeley, researchers ran an experiment. 2 groups. Group 1 wrote down 3 things they were grateful for every night. Group 2 wrote whatever they wanted, no rules. After several weeks, results were stunning. The gratitude group had increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for calm, decision-making, and emotional health. It was like their brains had been trained to see the good and handle stress better. The second group? No change. Their garden remained dry. See it now. Gratitude isn't trivial. It's transformative. I used to think it was pointless too until I tried it. I started every morning writing 3 things I was grateful for. Slowly, my mindset shifted. I finally understood what Seneca said centuries ago. It is not happiness that makes us grateful, but gratitude that makes us happy. Now picture this, it's Monday. You wake up and instantly think, I need a break. Everything would be better if I had a different job, a better house, a new life. The same thoughts loop while you brush your teeth. If I had more money, more time, less stress. But let me ask you, when is it ever enough? The truth is, no matter what you achieve, there will always be something else to chase, and in the middle of all that, you're losing the only thing that truly matters, your peace of mind. So, if a simple habit like gratitude can strengthen your brain and help you stay calm under pressure, why not start now? Try these. 3 simple steps. Kundu in the morning. Sit up. Stretch. Say thank you out loud with real feeling. At night, write 3 new things you're grateful for. Don't repeat. Find the details. During the day, focus on what you have, not what you lack. Because here's a truth worth tattooing on your soul. Complaining changes nothing. Gratitude changes everything. In the last part, we learned how gratitude can reshape your brain. And now it's time to go deeper. Your thoughts determine your direction. Let me tell you a story about a friend. A few months ago, he received shocking news. A serious health issue, the kind that flips your world upside down. Hospitals, tests, fear. And worst of all, his own mind became his enemy. Every morning, he woke up with thoughts like, what if things get worse? What if I never
recover? Why is this happening to me?
With thoughts like that, every day felt like a prison, with no way out. Until one day, in a waiting room, he heard a line from Tony Robbins that hit him. The quality of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. It clicked. Where had he heard something like that before? Then he remembered. Marcus Aurelius had said something similar nearly 2,000 years ago. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. That's when he realized he couldn't control the illness, but he could control how he dealt with it. So he made a shift. Before getting out of bed each morning, he forced himself to think of something positive. Today, I'll find something that makes me laugh. Today, I'll enjoy time with my family. Today, I'll be grateful for what I do have. Nothing about his situation changed, but the way he faced it completely transformed. Because like Marcus Aurelius knew, the biggest battle is always in your mind. He didn't waste time on fear or what-ifs. He focused on the next step, the next solution, the next mindset. You can do the same. How to reprogram your mind. It's reframe negative thoughts. When you hear yourself say, "This is a disaster," or "I can't do this," pause. Replace it with, "This is a challenge and I can grow from it." It's not about lying to yourself, it's about training your brain to look for solutions. 2. Distance yourself from negativity. Negativity spreads fast. If you surround yourself with constant complaints and drama, you'll start thinking like that too. Instead, find people who focus on possibilities, not problems. Visualize positive
Outcomes. Not fantasies, but realistic, calm, strategic visualizations. Picture how you'll respond when things go wrong and how you'll keep your cool. Because when your brain rehearses success, you move closer to achieving it. In the end,
your mind is the lens through which you see the world. Train it, and you transform your reality. Now tell me, what do you want to attract into your life? Write it in the comments with intention and belief. Because every change starts with a single thought. Coming up next, you'll see how your attention is the true force shaping your world every single day. Ready? After learning how to control your thoughts and direct your attention, let's talk about something most people ignore. Rest isn't a luxury, it's survival. Lesson 6. If you don't rest, your mind will shut down. Be honest. How many times have you pushed yourself to keep going, even when your brain was clearly done? You sit in front of your computer trying to focus, but your thoughts feel like static on a broken TV. You read the same sentence 5 times, you drink coffee, then another. Still your brain won't cooperate, and instead of accepting that you need a break, you double down. Push harder. Do you really think that's going to help? Of course not. It just leads to more mistakes and more frustration. Here's the truth. Rest isn't a reward. It's fuel. Look at your phone. What happens if you use it all day and never charge it? It dies, and no matter how much you shake it, hit it, or beg, it won't turn back on until you plug it in. So why do you treat your brain any differently? The Stoics understood this centuries ago. Seneca said it best. Even the sharpest sword needs rest to stay sharp. What good is a weapon if it's too dull to cut? What good is a brilliant mind if you burn it out to the point where it can't think clearly? Seneca allowed time for reflection, stillness, and recovery, not as a waste, but as a tactic to come back stronger. Today, neuroscience agrees. Rest improves memory, learning, and self-control. To make it simple, your mind is like a whiteboard. You write on it all day, tasks, thoughts, decisions. But if you never wipe it clean, it fills up, gets cluttered, confused. Sleep is the eraser. It clears space for new ideas, sharper thinking, and emotional clarity. See why it matters, you might be thinking. Yeah, but my life is too chaotic to rest properly. That's okay. Here are 3 simple strategies to bring more calm into your daily routine. 1. Reduce screen time before bed. Yes, you've heard this before. But the blue light from your phone tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. So, if you go to bed watching videos or scrolling, don't expect your mind to turn off instantly. Create a bedtime routine. Keep it simple. Read a few pages, write a journal entry, sit in silence. The key is to signal your brain that it's time to wind down. B. Listen to your body. If you feel tired, rest. Rest isn't weakness, it's strategy. Athletes don't train non-stop. They know performance depends on recovery. You are the athlete
of your own life. Resting isn't wasting time, it's charging your mind to be sharper tomorrow. If you truly want success, you don't need more mindless hours.
You need clarity, focus, and calm. Coming up next, we'll explore how your mornings set the tone for your entire day, and how the first 30 minutes can shape your destiny. Let's go. Previously, we talked about how to start your mornings with intention, but now, let's explore a powerful mental skill that can reshape your focus, your energy, and your entire reality. Lesson 8. What you visualize, you build. Has this ever happened to you? You decide you want to buy a car. You think about it, what it looks like, the color, how it feels to drive. And suddenly you start seeing it everywhere, on the streets, in ads, in parking lots. It feels like the universe is sending signs, right? But it's not magic. It's your brain's attention filter. Once you focus on something, your brain begins prioritizing that input. Not because it suddenly appears more, but because you told your mind this matters. And this doesn't just apply to cars, it applies to everything in life. As Epictetus said, what you feed your mind becomes your reality. If you focus on what's missing, what's wrong, what's hard, your mind will spot more of it. But if you start focusing on opportunities, progress, and purpose, your brain will help you find the path toward it. Here's the secret. Your brain can't fully distinguish between what you vividly imagine and what you actually experience. Roxy Nafusi, a leading visualization coach, explains, visualizing your day with clarity isn't just mental play, it's real training for your mind to succeed. Want to try? Close your eyes. Picture your dream home. Don't just think about it, feel it. What color are the walls? How does the sunlight fall across the floor? What's the scent in the air? What music is softly playing? Now imagine every step it takes to get there. Not as fantasy, but as a real journey. Visualize the hard work, the choices, the small wins. See how much closer it feels? The clearer the image in your mind, the easier it is to find real-world steps to get there. So, how do you use visualization to stay calm and move forward? 1. Create a mental script for your goals. Don't just say, "I want success." Visualize the details. What does confidence look like for you in action? What does a productive day in your dream business feel like? Your brain needs specifics to build direction, eat. Surround yourself with reminders that reinforce your vision. Think of athletes, posters, quotes, images everywhere. That's intentional. Your environment shapes your mindset. Change your phone wallpaper. Place visual reminders where you see them daily. Read books and messages that align with your goal. Calm comes when you know where you're headed. Success isn't luck, it's clarity, intention, and visualizing your path. Coming up next, we'll explore how your breath, yes, your simple breath, can give you back control in moments of chaos. Let's continue. In the last section, we explored the power of clear visualization. But when life gets loud and pressure builds, there's one tool that can instantly bring you back to control: your breath. Lesson 9. Breathe and take back control picture. You're sitting at a poker table. The air is heavy, the tension is thick. Everyone is quiet, studying each other, reading every micro-expression. And yet the winner isn't always the one with the best cards. It's the one who stays calm, composed, unreadable. New players give themselves away with every twitch, every anxious breath, every drop of sweat. But pros, they're still focused, in control. They know, in poker and in life, the one who loses control loses the game. Now imagine replacing poker chips with words, and the poker table with a real-life argument. Someone provokes you, challenges you, tries to suck you into their chaos. If you react impulsively, explode emotionally, you've already lost. But if you pause, breathe, and choose your response, you stay in charge. Picture this: your heart races, your blood is boiling. Words rise to your lips, ready to fire. You feel attacked, misunderstood. Every part of you is screaming to react. But wait. Stop. This is the moment that defines everything. You can lash out and lose control. Or you can do what the Stoics practice daily. Stay calm, not to avoid embarrassment, but because this is the difference between being a victim of your emotions or the leader of your life. Marcus Aurelius knew this. Without daily practice, his empire would have crumbled. He wrote, "Calm but firm, cheerful but steady. That is the man who follows reason in all things." That's the key. Your mind can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. And in moments of pressure, what should you do first? Control your breath. Sounds too easy, but remember, whoever doesn't control their breath doesn't control their mind. And whoever doesn't control their mind cannot control their life. So, next time stress rises, try this technique, the 4-7-8 method. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly for 8 seconds. Why does it work? Because it forces you to pause. It resets your nervous system. It clears the emotional storm and brings back mental clarity. Now that you know how to regain control from within, let's unlock something powerful next. A secret used by the genius
Leonardo da Vinci, whenever his mind felt overwhelmed. Let's dive into Lesson 10.
In the previous section, you learned how a single breath can ground you, but sometimes breathing alone isn't enough, especially when the chaos is coming from every direction. That's when you turn to your hands. Lesson 10. Use your hands. 2. Calm your mind. Imagine this: you're at work. Emails flood your inbox. Your phone won't stop ringing. Someone drops an urgent request on your desk. Everything is demanding your attention right now. Your chest tightens. Your mind spirals. You want to stay calm but can't. And all you wish is to be that person, the one who stays grounded under pressure, the one who responds with clarity, not panic. Because deep down you know, those people are the ones who move forward. So,
How do you become that person when everything feels like it's on fire? You calm your mind through your hands. I know what you're thinking. My hands?
really? Yes, it sounds simple, maybe too simple, but it works. Here's how to do it. Set aside at least 10 minutes a day for a hands-on task. It could be writing in a journal, cooking, drawing, gardening, fixing something, folding laundry. You don't need to paint like Picasso. You just need a task that brings you back to your body and out of the mental storm. Make it part of your daily rhythm. This is your reset to remove distractions. No music with lyrics, no notifications, no multitasking, just you, your hands, and the work. When your focus narrows to one physical task, your mind softens. Stress slips away. Notice how you feel afterward. No, you won't magically solve everything, but you'll feel different. Like the storm has cleared at least a little. When words aren't enough, let your hands speak. The silence of a simple task often says more than 1,000 racing thoughts ever could. So tell me, my friend, what will you do with your hands today to calm your mind? Be bold, leave a comment, because calm isn't just about avoiding chaos. It's the foundation of better choices, sharper actions, and real success. Every day, you have the chance to train your mind to choose how you respond, to become someone who doesn't get swept away by the noise, but learns to direct it. And if you've made it this far, leave a comment. I choose calm to guide my success. That's how I'll know who the real Stoic warriors are. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like this video so you don't miss what's next. Also, check out the playlist on screen. It's full of stories, tools, and insights to help you navigate life with more clarity and strength. Until next time, take care and keep embracing your inner Stoic.